Republicans jumped all over Barack Obama this weekend after liberal talk radio host Ed Schultz, while warming up the crowd at a Friday night Obama fundraiser in North Dakota, called John McCain a warmonger. An Obama spokesman backed away from the remarks on Saturday, saying that John McCain is not a warmonger and should not be described as such. In fact, McCain frequently talks about how much he hates war, like during today's VFW speech. Listen up.
I hold my position on Iraq not because I am indifferent to the suffering caused by this war, but because I detest war and believe sincerely that should we fail in Iraq, we will face an even sterner test in the very near future.
Nationally syndicated radio host Ed Schultz, whose remarks started all this fuss, is joining us from Fargo, North Dakota, along with Republican strategist and former Romney National Press Secretary Kevin Madden, who's joining us from Washington. Welcome to both of you.
Great to be with you.
So, Ed, I'm going to read you the dictionary definition. I've got it right here of warmonger. This is a person who advocates, endorses, or tries to precipitate war. You heard what John McCain just said. Honestly, that he detests war. That's the word he uses. Is that fair? Is it fair to call him that?
Absolutely. He is a warmonger. This is not a personal shot at John McCain. This is labeling a candidate. Just like there's a pro-life candidate, he is a warmongering candidate. He has absolutely no end game to Iraq other than to cheerlead for the surge. He wants to build up the military even further. He said on the stump in New Hampshire that he would deal with Iran and gave no definition of that. And now he wants to throw the Russians out of the G8. Here we are occupying Iraq, and he wants to throw the Russians out of the G8 and build up the military. Now, if that's not warmongering, I don't know what is. I'm not under any pressure to apologize, and I have no intention of apologizing. It's not about his war record. It's about his policies.
All right, Kevin, I know the McCain campaign has been pretty upset about this, but doesn't Ed have a right, doesn't anybody have a right to characterize candidates any way they choose? Why is this such a big deal?
Well, I think the McCain campaign has every single right to be upset with this, and I think millions of Americans who would listen to Ed Schultz talk about somebody who is both a POW, a former POW, and a war hero as a warmonger. I mean, it defies comprehension how somebody can do that and be as disingenuous to say that it is not a personal attack. I mean, this is exactly a case study, Campbell, of how the two campaigns have chosen to conduct themselves. John McCain is out there advocating on the merits for what he thinks is an important national security policy. And Barack Obama is going to talk about the new politics of not launching personal attacks, but instead you see folks out there like Ed Schultz who are out there advocating for Barack Obama, and they go out there and they engage in the same politics of the past.
Hang on, go ahead. Okay.
You're talking about a politics of engaging.
First of all, this has nothing to do with Barack Obama. Barack Obama doesn't speak for me, and I'm not a surrogate for the campaign.
Yeah, but Ed, you made the comment.
You made a personal attack, and Campbell, if I may, Ed, you made a personal attack.
It is not a personal attack.
Look, when you make a personal attack, you call somebody a warmonger who has...
It is not a personal attack, and I'm not going to
sit here and listen to you tell me it's a personal attack. It is not a personal attack.
It is connected to his policies. He has no end game for Iraq. He wants to build up the military. Millions of Americans believe that what I'm saying is the absolute truth. And just because John McCain was held captive in North Vietnam doesn't mean that he's any better of an American than anybody else.
Ed, millions of people that are watching this debate between you and I right now see that you ratcheting up this type of rhetoric and offering a personal attack against somebody who has a distinguished career of serving this country,
and I'm not going to let you position me as a personal attack.
Look, John McCain is somebody who's a former POW who understands the burdens of war, and yet you want to stand there and you want to yell, and you don't want to engage in a thoughtful conversation about this.
This is connected to his policies.
And I think
the fact is his policies have no end game for Iraq. He wants to build up the military. He even went down today and spoke to the VFW guys down there in Kansas City. He won't even support the GI Bill that the senator from Virginia and Nebraska have got up. He won't even support. He's voted against veterans' benefits time and time again.
Okay. Kevin gets the last word here, Ed. Kevin gets the last word. Go ahead.
Campbell, if I may, what you just saw is somebody blowing their stack, offering a personal attack, versus John McCain, who has gone out there and made a very a very warm-hearted effort to explain what it is, the challenges that we face in this 21st century in the fight against radical extremism. And instead, what you have is the Barack Obama campaign via surrogates like Ed Schultz engage in the politics of personal destruction and insults.
I am not a surrogate for Obama.
And that is a very clear.
All right, guys.
Representing my position.
Language, God, we interpret it so differently, don't we? Okay, we're ending it there.
I am not a surrogate for Barack Obama.
And on that note, Ed, you are not a surrogate for Barack Obama. Ed and Kevin, appreciate your time tonight. I'm not sure we got anywhere with that or even any sense of enlightenment, but thank you for both joining us. Appreciate it.